I'm here to represent SciTech Development, which incidentally is a Gross Pointe company that thankfully has been funded over a number of years by Gross Pointe Angels. We're extremely grateful for your support over those many years, and I'm here today to bring you up to speed with where we are with what is our lead compound. We refer to that as ST001. It's the down arrow? There we go. So this is the end of the horror show. This is give you an example of what the first indication is that we are treating with our particular drug. This is T-cell non-Hodgkin lymphoma. As you can see, for some patients, this is a very debilitating disease. The history behind what we're doing starts with the drug fenretinide. Fenretinide is a well-established, effective, and safe oncology drug that has a number of limitations. I'm hoping that you can see that despite the reflection there. I can't see it myself. But one of the limitations of that drug is poor bioavailability and toxicity limitations by virtue of the delivery system. ST001 was developed locally here at Wayne State University in association with the NCI, a very targeted development approach. And what we've been able to do with this particular delivery system is to overcome the bioavailability limitations associated with fenretinide and the dose-limiting toxicities associated with the delivery systems that have historically been used for the drug. We have chosen this particular indication because it represents a gateway indication. It's an orphan drug indication, gets you fast access to FDA approval, fast tracking of FDA approval, and it is viewed by the oncology community as an ideal indication to leverage yourself into other much larger indications, such as those cited here. We estimate the overall target market for ST001 to be somewhere in the region of $5 billion. How much of that we can capture remains to be seen, of course. Moving on, I referred earlier to this question of bioavailability. And while this is a little bit of an eye chart, what it does show you, let me come over here because I might be able to see it. What this does show you is that as you serially increase the dose administered to the patients, that dose that you administer is it reflected in the amount of drug that is reaching the body, reaching the target organs. And this linear escalation that you see is one point of proof of principle that our delivery system is doing what we set out to do, and that is to make the drug progressively more bioavailable as we increase the dose administered to the patient. What we have been able to accomplish so far with your help is that we've reaffirmed the safety of fenretinide, the parent compound. We've demonstrated that its exceptional toxicity is safety is retained in our delivery system. We've also demonstrated that our delivery system is safe. We have not encountered any dose-limiting toxicities with our formulation. Our dose escalation activities continue as part of our development program, and we're beginning to see, against expectation, very early signals of efficacy at much earlier doses than we might have really expected. In terms of where we stand in terms of the development track, we expect to be able to complete our phase 1 studies, not only for CTCL, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, but also for small cell lung cancer. We very recently received FDA approval to proceed with our small cell lung cancer trial. We expect by the end of this year, early part of next year, to be sitting down with the FDA and determining what the next phase of clinical development will be, with the hope that we might be in a position to submit an NDA for both these indications by the end of 2026. Given that these are both orphan indications, we would expect fast tracking, so it's conceivable that during the course of 2027 we would be bringing this particular product to market. We are also developing protocols for other cancers. Those are in the process of being drafted and will be submitted to the FDA during the course of this year. And we are in the process of developing a topically administered drug. ST001 is IV administration. ST002, which will essentially be an assisted drug, is for topical application. By the way, I should have mentioned to you that I'm both deaf and colorblind.
Oh no. Okay.
So I will continue.
So you didn't hear that timer?
I didn't hear any of that, and I can't see this.
Last line, 30 more seconds.
This is a summary slide, and I'll leave you to ponder the first line items there because I've covered them all. But we're making great clinical progress, so everything's moving in the right direction there. We've also been making good funding process despite the current climate. We have an open convertible note, which again all of you are grandfathered into should you wish to contribute to that. And we're in the process of starting our Series A fundraising. We currently have 4 companies, investor groups that are in our data room, looking at us, 2 of which could be potential leads. And that's all I have to say about